The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
Hello and thanks for joining us. I'm Carol Kidu Jr. In this edition, MPs suggest for bicameral system of parliament, Nasfund and BSP partner to streamline services, and Loy returns to Hunters Camp after rehab. The National Parliament House marks its 41st anniversary today since its inception on August 7, 1984. Speaker of Parliament Job Pomat in his speech said the National Parliament House represents a powerful symbol of our democracy, identity and national unity.
The National Parliament House celebrates its 41st anniversary today, August 7, 2025, marking the establishment date of August 7, 1984. During his anniversary speech, Speaker of Parliament Job Pomat highlighted the significance of the National Parliament House as a powerful symbol of democracy, national identity and unity for the people of Papua New Guinea. He emphasized the crucial role the institution plays in upholding democratic values and fostering a sense of belonging among citizens.
Today, as we gather with pride and unity to celebrate the 41st anniversary of the official opening of the National Parliament House, a powerful symbol of our democracy, identity and national unity.
Mr. Pomat further stated that the architecture of this building reflects the strength of our traditions and the spirit of our people. Its carving, its design speaks of the 1,000 tribes that now work together as one nation.
For over 4 decades, the National Parliament House has been more than just a seat of government. It has been the stage on which our young democracy has grown. It has witnessed the peaceful transitions of governments, the passing of laws that define our progress, the approval of national budgets, and most importantly, the voicing of our people's hopes and concerns.
Present at the event was one of the founding fathers of the country's constitution, Dr. John Momis, who said similar sentiments and urged current leaders to always abide by the rule of law and lead the people.
Politics is the noblest of sciences in the natural order, because it is through politics one can do the most good, and vice versa, through the abuse of politics one can do the most evil.
Former member for Baul and another founding father, said John Caputin, embraced the celebrations and acknowledged the contributions of former leaders of the country in shaping the country.
Caliber and the nature of our representation in this honorable house is changing, not only in terms of colors, but also in terms of representation.
The celebrations reflect the ongoing commitment to democratic governance and the importance of a unified national identity. The Parliament House was officially opened on August 7, 1984 by His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales, and now His Majesty King Charles III. It was built not only as a place for decision-making, but as a house for all the people of Papua New Guinea. It stands at the heart of our nation, a place where our leaders, elected by the people, come together to debate, legislate, and shape the future of this great nation. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
A call was made this morning on the floor of Parliament for a bicameral system in the House of Parliament from several members of Parliament. Reason being there needs to be better checks and balances preventing poorly considered legislation. However, foundations need to be set for such changes in the next 50 years.
Today marks the 41st anniversary of the National Parliament House. In Parliament this morning, recommendations were made by several members of Parliament for a bicameral system in the House of Parliament. According to the United Kingdom Parliament, a bicameral system in Parliament means that the legislature is divided into two separate houses or chamber. This is typically called the upper house and the lower house and is practiced in the USA, the UK, Australia, Canada, and Italy.
50 years this year, I think, as I have been advocating on this floor of Parliament, we will now have to re-look at how has the unicameral system in the People's House served us. Has it served us well, or has it served us? There are some issues, and I, for one, believe the big issue is the executive arm of the three arms of government has overtaken many times, influenced the legislature. And so I think for today's leaders who are now celebrating the 41st anniversary of this Honourable House and the 50th anniversary of our nation, I think this calls for what I call a hard reset.
For us to have a bicameral system. Yes, there's a debate that governors should go back to the province. We can have that too. But at the same time too, the proposal to have governors become upper house, it's also a good proposal. Because we can have check and balance on each other. Because sometimes, a lot of times, government, since I came in 2007 up to now, you may supporting government blindly because we are part of the government. You may agree or not, something is right or not, just to make the government happy or the Prime Minister happy, you may pass him talk to us.
Advantages of a bicameral system is checks and balances to avoid dominance, prevent poorly considered chambers, better representation, thorough debate and review, and the division of responsibility in the Parliament. Member for Yalibu Pangia Peter O'Neill added that change can come about with a restructure like the bicameral system. However, foundations need to be set in Parliament for such changes in the next 50 years.
As we move on to the next 50 years, we need to set the foundation. This term over the next 2 years. It will shape the future. Whether we have an upper house or lower house, or we have to separate the executive government from Parliament. Where Parliament can hold the executive government to account, Mr. Speaker.
O'Neill said members of Parliament must not be afraid to make change.
For a small country like ours, we've got too many ministers, Mr. Speaker. It works for us, for politics, but it doesn't work for the nation, Mr. Speaker. So I think, we need to find a way. I think it's time now. As I said, 17th of September, it will be the first day for the next 50 years. It's time that we take, and in 2 years' time, we will be going to the elections. We must not be afraid to make these decisions, Mr. Speaker. Why I say this is because we are not going to be here forever.
Jasmine Rajak, TV1 News.
Speaker of Parliament Job Pomat thanked the country's former Prime Minister Peter O'Neill and Prime Minister James Marape for trusting him in representing the House and communicating decisions made in the Parliament House for the betterment of the country. Pomat highlighted several major incidents that occurred in the country, however acknowledged the decisions made by members of Parliament by the House to stand together and overcome such challenges. After Pomat's speech, Parliament was adjourned to 10 a.m. Friday.
Making adjournment, me like talk. Thank you, lo you plagda. Usadi making more talk lo this 41st anniversary of the Parliament. As you me go inside the 50th anniversary of the independence of the country. All planning to talk me making finish. Executive government, all ministers, you me all the members of parliament, you may take him into account that the next 50 years, and by you must make him send his kamapa.
An educational initiative called the VIA program was launched at Dora Primary School in the Vanapa Brown LLG of Central Province by Total Energies Limited, the operator of the Papua LNG project, through its ongoing commitment to community development. The first session was successfully conducted on Tuesday, 29th July, marking the beginning of a 3-month program. Through this initiative, students will play an active role in identifying and addressing mobility and traffic safety concerns in and around their school. A highlight of the launch was the signing of the Ambassador's Pledge, where all 20 students committed to becoming safety stewards, champions of safe and inclusive mobility for their peers and community. Relatives of 35-year-old Hela man Exxon Kiru are demanding an independent investigation into his unforeseen death while he was in the Payam township to cast his vote in the Pogera Paila election.
"35-year-old Exxon Kiru was allegedly shot by law enforcement officers during a by-election-related incident in Payam Enga province on Saturday, July 19, 2025. Kiru was in the mining township to cast his vote in the Pogera Paila by-election. Kiru's relatives told members of the media in Port Moresby today they want an independent investigation into his death. The family spokesperson said the family is in shock after being informed of his alleged cause of death. Kiru's family want the Hela and Enga provincial governments to work with police to identify and apprehend perpetrators. The family will be presenting a petition to both provincial governments and the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary next Wednesday, August 13, 2025.
Police commissioner, independent investigation team for working investigation for that investigation. But in next week Friday by immediate final contribution, by hopefully by next week Wednesday, by whole family petition is a petition for Hela provincial government,
According to police report, on Saturday 19th July 2025, the deceased with others were in Payam town in the Pogera Paila electorate to cast their vote. Several armed law enforcement officers approached him and began manhandling him. The police report stated that Kiru was allegedly dragged and punched and then shot him in the legs. He was taken to the hospital but was pronounced dead on arrival. According to the report, the post-mortem showed multiple bullet wounds on both of Kiru's lower limbs. His relatives have since filed a police complaint, but to date have not seen any progress with investigations. Tracy Pa, TVWAN News.
You're watching TVWAN News. Media commended for supporting Operation Open Heart program. The stories after the break.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With BSP's One Talk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with BSP's One Talk Wallet. BSP's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
From the rich soils of the Highlands, the finest coffee has been grown by generations of Papua New Guineans. Expertly blended and roasted with over 80 years of experience, making the finest cup of Nescafe New Guinea blend. PNG's own coffee.
been traveling along this road together for over 50 years. Ella Motors acknowledges the visionaries and hard work that have been the driving strength to continued nation building. We live, prosper, sustainably grow with the community, whilst developing quality mobility chains, aspiring to be your first choice on every occasion. Ella Motors, celebrating with Papua New Guinea throughout our independence golden jubilee.
Rohan, really messing with your game. Time to sweep him out of the room. Or maybe not.
Ding bang ding, ding ding dong, bum bum bum, ding bang ding, bum bum.
New Fabuloso multi-purpose cleaner with an irresistible fragrance that lasts all day long, creating a field of flowers in every corner of your home. With an irresistible fragrance that lasts and lasts all day long. Fabuloso, irresistible fragrance.
This Bledisloe battle between the Wallabies and the All Blacks. We will write their name into Australian sporting history.
Welcome back. The contribution of the mainstream media to the Operation Open Heart Foundation was recognized by the management of Operation Open Heart on Saturday, 2nd August, to show their appreciation for the support given in driving positive change for Operation Open Heart Foundation, OOH, through the years of its existence.
The mainstream media was commended for its contribution to the work of the Operation Open Heart Foundation. Director Corporate Affairs Jane Hooker acknowledged the presence of the media at the reception and expressed gratitude to the work they do to support the work of the Operation Open Heart over the past 33 years.
In fact, we are successful because of you. And really, tonight is just Operation Open Heart saying thank you to you all for our 33 years of success.
Hooker urged the media to keep persevering despite the daily challenges.
Through all the scrutiny of, misreporting and this and that, but we want to say something good about you, is that you do a fantastic job. And the efforts that you put in, media is a huge part to play.
Ms. Hooker said that after they held a gala dinner with the Sports Foundation, they wanted to do more. Inviting the media to a reception is the second appreciation event. Patron of Operation Open Heart and Minister for Foreign Affairs Justin Chachenko also urged the media to continue to support the work of the Operation Open Heart.
Put your health forward. We've all got stress in our lives, and we all have our critics and everything else, but at the end of the day, let's look at our health for the benefit of what you're trying to achieve.
The management of Operation Open Heart promised it would provide free checkup for medical personnel, and they will start with those who were present during that evening. Frida Kana, TVWAN News.
The Project Steering Committee of the Sustainable Highlands Highway Investment Program had its first meeting for 2025 in Goroka, Eastern Highlands Province, Tuesday this week. The purpose of the meeting was to track progress of the program, as well as visit the project sites of Tranche 1 and Tranche 2, between the Highlands region and Marum province.
Project Steering Committee of the Sustainable Highlands Highway Investment Program met in Goroka on Tuesday, August 5th, to track the progress of the program. The PSC meeting was chaired by the Chairman and Secretary for the Department of National Planning and Monitoring, Connie Samuel, Secretary for Department of Works and Highways, Gibson Holemba, observers from the Asian Development Bank, provincial administrators, and members of the Royal PNG Constabulary also attended the meeting. The government of Papua New Guinea secured a multi-tranche financing facility from the Asian Development Bank in 2017 to upgrade the Highlands Highway. The loans became effective on 8 September 2017. 3.6 billion kina from this facility was allocated for the rehabilitation of the Highlands Highway under the Sustainable Highlands Highway Investment Program over a 10-year period and is being delivered in 3 phases. Tranche 1 formally closed on 30th June 2024. Tranche 2 is ongoing and was initially set to end on 30th June 2026, but the closing date has been extended to 21 June 2027. This extension remains within the approved time frame. SHHIP Tranche 2 covers the construction and repair of 71 bridges along the 430-kilometer corridor of the Highlands Highway. Of these, 45 are new bridges and 26 involve maintenance of existing structures. According to the committee chairman, the outcome of the program is to see an increased efficiency and safe movement of people, goods and services between the Highlands region and markets. Works and Highways Secretary Gibson Holemba said this was the first time the government through the transport sector received a massive loan for a national program to fund 430 kilometers of roads between Nadzab and Kagamuga Airport. Ruth Rungola, TV1 News.
In a move that promises faster service and fewer queues, the National Superannuation Fund and BSP Financial Group have joined forces to streamline how members access their bank statements with the signing of an MOU. Memorandum of Understanding signed today is set to ease the process for over 500,000 Nasfund members nationwide. The signing took place in Port Moresby at the Nasfund headquarters this afternoon, marking a significant collaboration between the two financial giants. The MOU allows Nasfund and BSP to securely share bank statement information with member consent, eliminating the need for in-person visits just to collect documents.
So what we're trying to do is we're trying to enter into an agreement with BSP wherein we will have electronically getting information which we seek from bank statements. But very important part to note there is that this will not come without the consent of a member. And again, convenience for members, like at the end of the day, what we're trying to achieve is how we can serve our members better. So that is the essence of it, that we are trying to make life easier for our members, less cumbersome. It will speed up the processing time of benefit payments, and from BSP side, it will also help them reducing queues which occur because of Nasfund members going there to collect a statement.
The change is expected to benefit members applying for partial or full withdrawal of their superannuation funds, especially those in rural areas where access to BSP branches may be limited.
This MOU, it's a practical and meaningful way forward in how we work together for the benefit of the hardworking Papua New Guineans and who are both Nasfund members and also customers of BSP. We understand the everyday challenges customers face, especially when it comes to accessing basic documents such as bank statements. As Rajiv said, members sometimes have to even take time off work to go to the branch, get their statement, and then come to Nasfund to submit their entitlement requests and so forth. But through this partnership and with member consent, that's very important, Nasfund will be able to access BSP bank statements directly and securely.
Both organizations emphasize that data privacy and member consent remain top priorities, with information sharing protocols aligned with legal standards. The rollout of this initiative will begin immediately. A partnership aimed at cutting the red tape Nasfund and BSP are teaming up to bring smarter, faster and safer service to the members. And now let's take a look at the finance news. The kina closed lower at $0.2410 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2335 $0.3564 Australian dollars, $0.1921 euro and 34.3 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold and cocoa closed higher, coffee, palm oil, crude oil and copper closed lower, and copper closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, the ASX closed lower, and all ordinaries closed lower as well. You're watching TV1 News. We'll be back with the day's stories. Stay tuned.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, BSP's OneTalk wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at BSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our OneTalks, to our family, to the ones we love. BSP's OneTalk wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
Hiya, Mama.
You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaro, get up and big smile on face. Time for kim chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, da mumu, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, P&G and Mia. Find P&G made.
P&G's favorite soft drink now in bottles. Goldsport brings you fresh, bold flavors in brand new 500ml bottles. Taste the rainbow. More freshness, more flavor, more fun. Lime, orange, raspberry, and pineapple. Proudly made in P&G. Proudly Goldsport.
Life is about making memories, sharing new adventures. Go beyond the familiar. Don't let bacteria hold you back from experiencing the world. Protex uses natural antibacterial protection with flaxseed oil and eliminates 99.9% of bacteria. Free yourself. Go beyond with Protex.
Rugby league is a powerful force that unites Papua New Guinea and develops our youth. Through partnerships with the PNG LNG Kumals, Grassroots Rugby League and Justin Olam, we aim to instill skills to last a lifetime.
I'm community blue. When it's on you walk him, I'm a community. You must not block community.
When we invest in people, we invest in tomorrow's possibilities.
Mbappe has a look, goes right to goal. Has he gone over? Yes, he has.
So sure here it's Masonic powers his way to the line. Stop that if you can.
We are a close polyamorous quad of 4 people. Taya's my wife and Alicia's my girlfriend. Alicia's my wife and Taya's my girlfriend.
Poly Family, tonight 8:30 on TLC.
Monster, backtracking Lomax, set up beautifully. They score the try through a high-flying Xavier Coates over the top of Lomax and regain the lead. Play on here for Brisbane. Cobbo. Here comes Craven Cobbo. He's in the corner. Oh, right through. It's a dummy half. Straight home. Ben Tolte with a try.
Welcome back. The Catholic Bishops' Conference of Papua New Guinea and Solomon Islands hosted a solemn farewell and welcome ceremony on Wednesday, August 6, 2025, honoring the outgoing Secretary of the Apostolic Nunciature, Monsignor Federico Boni, and receiving his successor, Reverend Joseph Ode Suleiman Swiss.
Held at the main conference hall in Waigani, the event marked the end of Monsignor Boni's 3-year diplomatic and pastoral mission in PNG and Solomon Islands. The program blended liturgical reference with Melanesian hospitality. The Eucharistic celebration was led by Father Frederick Boni, and his service was deeply appreciated by the bishops and the faithful. Father Boni said 3 years was challenging, but it was in a good way, and he will not forget the good memories of PNG and Solomon Islands. He was thankful for the opportunity he had to visit all the dioceses and shared some of the wonderful and unique experiences he had with people, comparing how lively worships are in PNG compared to the Vatican, and was so grateful to live with good memories. In his closing address, Bishop Rosario of Lay Diocese expressed gratitude for the Nuncio's continued support and presented a symbolic gift to him, affirming the Church's unity and shared mission. Incoming Nuncio, Reverend Swiss, was warmly received, marking a new chapter in the Church's diplomatic mission. Ruth Rongola, TV1 News.
A momentous and faith-filled event unfolded in Port Moresby as Deacon Francis Malol was ordained to the priesthood in a colorful and moving celebration. A spirit-filled celebration of faith and mission unfolded in Port Moresby as Deacon Francis Malol of the Salesians of Don Bosco was ordained a priest. The ceremony drew hundreds of faithful, blending rich Catholic tradition with Papua New Guinea's vibrant culture. On Wednesday, August 6th, the Archdiocesan Shrine of Mary Help of Christians in Boroko was transformed into a sacred space of solemnity, color, and cultural expression. Deacon Francis Malol SDB was ordained to the priesthood by Bishop Pedro Baquero of the Kerma Diocese, with Cardinal Sir John Ribbott and 21 priests concelebrating. More than 600 Christians, including the Salesian family, laity, and representatives from the Solomon Islands, gathered in prayer and celebration. In his homily, Bishop Baquero reminded the congregation, saying, "The priesthood is a gift given. When received, it is to be shared." The liturgy featured powerful cultural events. Kulala dancers led the entrance procession, while West New Britain parishioners presented the offertory. Music was led by Peter Warikani, a Don Bosco student. The newly ordained Father Malol, in an emotional vote of thanks, reflected on his journey and his theme, Remain in Love. He thanked his family, Salesian mentors, and the wider church community. The celebration concluded with a feast at Emmaus Conference Center, marking a joyful milestone for the PNG Catholic Church and the Salesian Mission. In a follow-up to our earlier coverage of the Body of Christ movement in Simbu province, another major step has been taken. 12 ward areas in the Yongomul LLG of Sinasina Yongomul district have now joined the Take Back Kundiawa Town program, an initiative of provincial member Noah Kul. The Body of Christ movement continues to gain momentum in Simbu province. This week, 12 ward areas in Yongomul LLG officially dedicated their local pastors and priests to the Take Back Kundiawa Town program, committing to a unified effort in spreading the gospel and restoring peace across the district.
Today, Simbu Provincial DOC Network, now I'm in Staplo SSY district inside of Simbu province. Now we blast up Yongomul LLG upside the mountain, close to inside the place from Honorable Kergakua. We formalize him or install him BOC blom Yongomuk today. Bring him all the pastors, different churches come and we install him. Formally install him. We go inside the BOC Simbu province today. We will give this plan. The BOC movement and will continue to extend throughout all the district, Simbu province.
The movement, established in 2022, became active across all 6 districts by 2023, aims to bring together all Christian denominations under one mission, without criticism or division.
Manogra fasta move na people sani come up na mi blama mas. For some time mamas mi blak sim ogra man na mamas na. Mi blak enrolling this la. Stop one to team na mi blak enrolling work lo papa go din chalo. Election lo mi plaso. Tam taso le mi kamo sem na. Mi amo mas true se work lo go mi. Still am ongoing na go yet. Still mi blak continue out in talk yet. Na ogra man meri na community by senis true lo good news mas reach mo geta.
The Body of Christ continues to transform communities in Simbu, and the addition of Yangumul LLG shows that the call for unity and faith is only growing stronger. From Kerawagi to Sinasina Yangumul, the Body of Christ movement is reaching more corners of Simbu, uniting churches, healing communities, and strengthening the province's spiritual foundation. In regional news, the High Court has heard Russia should be paid compensation after the Australian government revoked its lease on a block of land near Parliament House in Canberra, where it planned to build a new embassy. The court is hearing a challenge to the validity of a law passed by the Commonwealth 2 years ago, stripping Russia of the lease on the grounds of national security.
Flying the flag for Russia as the battle over the cancelled lease for a new embassy raged inside. The relationship between Russia and Australia is at a low point after the war in Ukraine and the downing of MH17, and there's no Russian ambassador at present. In friendlier times, the new embassy lease was granted for a site close to Parliament House, but in 2023 it was taken away.
The government has received very clear security advice as to the risk presented by a new Russian presence so close to Parliament House.
Today, Russia's lawyer Brett Walker told the High Court the Constitution did not convey the power to the Parliament to make such a law. But even if it did, Russia was still entitled to be paid what's known as just terms compensation, usually paid for compulsorily acquired property.
The key question here is whether or not the termination of the lease is actually an acquisition of property for those purposes.
Mr Walker said it was a bit rich to be targeted by legislation in an acquisition of property, only to be denied just terms compensation, telling the court, "No one would dream that the person whose property is acquired should not get just terms." Mr Walker also took aim at the rationale, saying there was no evidence of a threat or even potential threat from Russia. The Commonwealth Solicitor General told the court the national security concerns were a critical factor. Your Honours should find this act was to remove a national security threat. Brett Walker told the High Court it was an irony the land remained set aside for diplomatic purposes, just not for Russia. But the Commonwealth said it didn't want the land back for any particular purpose, it just wanted Russia out. The High Court has reserved its decision.
Tap and go contactless payment methods promise a safe and convenient way to shop, but no one likes the extra charges that come with it. Experts are now warning we could soon be paying more for all of our banking if new payment reforms successfully ban card surcharges and banks have to find a way to claw back some of that lost revenue.
Many Australians like the convenience of tapping, but not the card surcharges that come with it.
I feel it's pretty unfair. I use cash because of the fee.
While surcharges are set to be scrapped, consumers might end up paying more for their banking or lose rewards offered on credit cards under the RBA's reforms.
Getting rid of rewards will definitely, it will affect me. I'll definitely, maybe I'll cancel or something like that.
The Reserve Bank's proposal to cap payment fees means banks will miss out on $900 million each year. Experts say they'll recoup it in other ways.
Based on research evidence internationally, banks usually just increase card fees, or they will cut back on rewards program or reduce the offering of free services.
An historic day, that's how the Queensland Teachers Union is describing its first statewide strike in 16 years. More than 50,000 state school educators walked off the job, many marching on Parliament demanding better pay and conditions after government talks collapsed. Classes were cancelled for more than 500,000 students, and there are warnings their fight is far from over.
Making their voices heard outside the classroom. State school teachers' fury spilling onto Brisbane streets.
We all feel so overworked, stressed out.
It's getting tougher to actually educate our kids in the classroom.
The burnout is real and that's what we need to stop.
Stopping classes today, they marched united to the steps of State Parliament with a lesson for the government. Creating history.
50,000 members stopping work. This will be the largest strike that Queensland teachers have seen.
The union says they had no choice, rejecting the government's offer of an 8% pay rise over 3 years.
It actually takes us to lowest paid teachers in the country or among them.
We've been very clear to make sure that we've made an offer that's above inflation, and I do understand that the frustration of teachers can be with many of those issues that we've inherited since coming to government.
It's a profession under crisis and we can't just get by on the love of our students.
It's not just about money. These teachers say rising classroom violence, chronic staff shortages and crushing workloads have pushed them to breaking point.
I'm only a fourth-year teacher and I'm already at the point of burnout.
Occupational violence is not accepted in any other industry but ours.
We're working, day and night, weekends, holidays.
I think it speaks volumes about how underappreciated they feel by this current government.
Across the state, they rallied as one. Every teacher had a story.
I pull up at the school car park every morning and I sit in the car and I contemplate whether I'm actually going to go in for the day.
Schools stayed open on skeleton staff. Just 13% of students showed up for class.
We work for Queensland Health, so it's really important for us to be able to still send our children to school.
I know it's really inconvenient, but I do think that the teachers need to send a message to the community and they should be paid more.
The union isn't ruling out further action.
We just want to be valued for what we do every day.
The government says negotiations continue in good faith.
And that ends the news segment. Coming up in sports, Pacific Champs draw is out and Wallantau Loy is back from rehab.
Start your day by doing the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate. Wake up. Brush your teeth. And smile. Smile throughout your day with Colgate.
Long year 2024, 7 baby I born one time HIV. HIV I can go long baby long triple rot. Time bel mama I get HIV, long time long carrying baby, na time baby is susu. Tasol Yumi can help him bel mama, long look out him baby inside long bell. Go quick time long bel mama clinic, na kiss him antenatal check. Time Yumi pan him sick HIV area, or time bel mama I positive penis, early treatment I can save him baby. Give him baby healthy start long life. Stop him spread long sick HIV I go long baby. This lutok sawa I come long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
Mr. Russell, vi mas isimsig niya sa bungin niya.
You sabe, Osem.
you can put one per complaint.
I might give him big play online by Toto. No, also one I'm supposed me on that sorry kissing me.
You think him good troll, Sam? You like putting this plus sexual harassment report on Mr. Russell?
Who said you making this black complaint?
Joining BCFW now member blong ni plan na sanap strong against him workplace harassment.
Defence are so good these days, you need something to break low.
Yep, blokes at a time, swinging from edge to wedge. It's so coordinated. A lot of times the outside back's getting into the middle because with the fast rucks, as you said, that's where the space is.
If you go back and look, he actually changes speed, and that's the reason why he scores and sets one up.
Jackson Purdue, Xavier Willison, mate, Lehigh Hopewadi. It just goes, I've never...
Anything else? Anyone else?
I was in a frenzy.
Newcastle knife. Thompson, lovely offload, gives it to Kai, here's Paul. Kenny has to throw it back 20 metres, clearance takes the shot, what a Fogarty into Timothy Moore, straight into a hole, he's got a double, touch it wide, it's winding it, Muller on a 2-on-2, muscles his way over.
Thanks for staying with us. The National Rugby League has announced the draw for the 2025 Pacific Championships to be played across 3 countries and 4 consecutive weekends in October and November.
When making the announcement, NRL CEO Andrew Abdo said the passion of fans across the tournament last year highlighted the power of the event to ignite the Pacific. After a stunning finale to the 2024 Pacific Championships, where the Kangaroos and Girolous claimed their respective Pacific Cup titles in front of a packed Combank Stadium, the 2025 edition is set to ignite some of the game's fiercest international rivalries. The men's and women's Pacific Bowl tournaments will be played over 3 consecutive weekends at the Santos National Football Stadium, Port Moresby. The men's bowl includes PNG, Fiji, Cook Islands, with PNG, Cook Islands and Tonga to contest the women's bowl. Samoa and Tonga will be joined by New Zealand to challenge for the men's Pacific Cup, with the Kiwis set to host Samoa at Go Media Stadium on October 19 and Tonga at Eden Park on November 2. Sydney's Golden West will come alive for the final in Rugby League Heartland, with Western Sydney's Passion Pacific community set to bring a vibrant atmosphere to the men's and women's Pacific Cup deciders at the Combank Stadium on Sunday, November 9. The Pacific Bowl is proudly supported by the Australian government through the Pacific Sports, and it creates opportunities for Australian and Pacific athletes to learn, train, play and grow together. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
27-year-old PNG Hunters back rower Walon Tauloi has made remarkable recovery after his 2025 season-ending ACL injury. Since making his surprise debut back in 2023, Gaire's favourite son became a regular face in the Hunters lineup. Tauloi has demonstrated great resilience and determination to successfully get through his recovery and rehab process that saw him back in his element, having his first run with the Gulfiso outfit over the weekend.
Now back to full stride running with the team this week, PNG Hunters back rower Walon Tauloi shared his personal adversity and challenges and the strength and motivation he got from God and his family over the past 8 months, and now excited to be back.
It's been almost 8 months doing rehab. It's been challenging and tough at times, but just trying to turn up with the right attitude and mindset to deliver each session I'd like to thank God for strength each day. My family, especially my wife and kids, they're the reason why I turn up each day to give my best.
Tao Loy extended his gratitude to the Hunters rehab team for doing a good job. Following his first hit-out with the Galfiso over the weekend, where he played the full 80 minutes, Tao Loy admitted it wasn't his best, but it's a work in progress as he looks forward to back himself up again this weekend. He highlighted working more on his defense and his IQ.
I had my first run this last weekend with the Galfiso. Yes, I played 80 minutes. Wasn't at my best, but it's the first hit out. So looking forward to this weekend again. Yeah. Definitely, yes. It was my first hit out. I guess I was gassed out a bit. I think my defense did a lot of mistakes also. That's something I really need to work on. Yeah, I think just my work on my tackles, that's all. But it was a pretty good game.
8 months watching from the sideline made him feel like giving up, but again thanked his family for being the source of inspiration to continue turning up and giving his best. Additionally, his passion for the game and his aspiration to make the Kumuls one day.
Along the way, I felt like giving up, but as I said, I just want to say thank you to my family, my wife and kids. They're the reason why I turn up each day to give my best, and plus I'm really passionate about this code, and like I have goals as well to achieve, and that goal is to make the Kumuls one day. Yeah.
He said it feels really good to be back in camp with the boys and as a team. There is 100% focus on this weekend's round 20 clash with Clydesdales. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
PNG Hunters' first incumbent number 6 turned halfback Joshua Lau has made a positive return to Paul Eighton's playing group since his season-ending ALC injury at the 2024 preliminary final against North Devils. With 29 appearances for the Hunters under his belt and 11 tries, the former Lay Tigers linchpin has been a missing link in the Hunters' spine, especially his running game.
Joshua Lau is back in the PNG Hunters lineup. Despite a late starter to the 2025 season, Lau has done his rehab and has earned his strap back in the Hunters' starting lineup, but strategically shifted to halfback as he continues to get his full fitness and running game back. Back at training after the Hunters' double bye weekend, Lau said he is embracing the opportunity given to be back in the starting lineup.
My body is alright. Like I come back from injury and trying to pick my form. Every game I'm improving and trying to get better and come back to the normal I used to play. But last 2 weeks we had off, so that really helps me recover my body from my knee injury. Like at rehab and coming back playing, but I still have to work on my rehab maintenance and get my knee right for the game. So that 2 weeks really helped myself. So
Lau said being back helps in his rehab. It shakes off the little niggles and get his knee fully mended and right for this weekend's clash against Clydesdales in Port Moresby. A number of Hunters boys turned up for their respective local franchise during the bye weekend to maintain match fitness. They are ready for the remaining 4 games of the regular season.
Some boys were not allowed to play, then were asked by coach to rest, or I think that will help us for this weekend's game here.
Commenting on his new role and his combination with Finley Glare in the spine, Lau said they played together last year and it's working well so far. Lau said in his role as halfback, he's responsible for directing play through the middle and making sure the team plays to their game structure and systems, which is key to maintaining consistency and finishing strong at the back end of the season.
We started off the season, and then Jamie came in the middle of the season, but I think we're doing good at the moment. Yeah. Now move to halfback, and I left to direct the team and to direct plays where our structures and system that are put by coach. I just have to lead the boys in.
Lau said that the 2 weeks break was a blessing giving the team plenty of recovery time, and now the body is refreshed and re-energized to finish off the season on a high. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
And finally, as anticipation builds for Year 2 of the Marum Cup Challenge, the Vipers and Gurias are set to meet once again. Currently, the teams sit in 3rd and 5th position, respectively, on the 2025 Digital ExxonMobil Cup ladder, adding an extra layer of excitement to this year's clash.
The Marum Cup Challenge is an annual rugby league fixture that pays tribute to the Honourable Michael Marum, a notable figure in PNG Rugby League. Marum's career highlights include playing for the Port Moresby Vipers from 1995 to 2000 and the Rabaul Gurias from 2001 to 2005. Following his playing career, he made significant contribution as a coach, leading the SP PNG Hunters and the PNG LNG Kumuls to historic successes, both domestic and international stages. In the inaugural Marum Cup Challenge held in 2024, the Eastern Britain Gurias emerged victorious, defeating Port Moresby Vipers 28 points to 10 at the Queen's Park in Rabaul. As the Port Moresby Vipers prepare to host the Eastern Britain Gurias, fans are eager to witness what promises to be an electrifying match filled with determination and pride as both teams vie for the prestigious Marum Cup. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
And that's all we have for sports. Now for the weather forecast. Southern region, Port Moresby, partly cloudy, afternoon then evening with possible isolated showers. Daru, cloudy with showers and possible thunderstorms. Momase, Ley, cloudy periods with rain showers and possible thunderstorm. Wewak, partly cloudy periods with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. New Guinea Islands, Lorengau, partly cloudy periods with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Buka, partly cloudy with possible afternoon then evening showers. Highlands, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms with areas of heavy rain and potential flooding for Southern Highlands Province, Enga, Hela, Western Highlands Province and Jiwaka. Oceans forecast. Coral Sea sees moderate to rough with southeast winds of 15 to 20 knots, reaching 25 to 33 knots. Solomon Sea sees slight to moderate with easterly to southeast winds of 10 to 20 knots. Bismarck Sea sees slight to easterly to southeast winds of 5 to 15 knots. And Pacific Ocean sees slight with easterly to southeast winds of 10 to 15 knots. And coastal waters forecast. Waters of southern PNG and Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwai Island, to Kerma to Yule Island to Port Moresby to Hood Point to Samarai Islands. Seas 1 to 2 meters rising to 3 meters along warning areas. Waters of Finchafen through Vitiest and Dampier Strait to Siasi Island to Long Island. Waters west of Long Island to Medang to Wewak to Vanuatu and northern PNG and Indonesian border. Seas 1.5 to 2 meters, rising to 3 meters. Waters of West New Britain and Bougainville seas 0.5 to 1.5 meter, rising to 3 meters along warning areas. Waters of Samarai Island to Cape Vogel and Old Milling Bay Islands seas 1 to 2 meters. And that ends another edition of TV1 News. Thanks for your company. Good night.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by
Johnston with some room to move. Alex Johnston, he kicks it again. This should be a try. Alex Johnston did.
It's an unstoppable rush. Taking that extra mile, pushing beyond the limit and making it happen. Fueling the passion for rugby and empowering the next generation. Feel the power.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SP Lager, Bunyamyumi.
Boom! The One Talk jackpot is rolling over week on week. 750,000 kina. Get your tickets now. Draws every Friday at 7:30 p.m. Play now at 321lotto.com.pg or any of your 321 authorized retailer. 321. Win big every day.
Hi, I'm Ariel Alexa, and welcome to another episode of Digicel Foundation Community Footprints. In this show, we connect you with the amazing work of the Digicel Foundations in Haiti, Jamaica, Papua New Guinea, and Trinidad and Tobago. Today, we come to you from the beautiful Fort George, a historical site nestled in the hills of St. James in Trinidad and Tobago. In this episode, you're going to see some really powerful stories of everyday people who are changing the lives of those in their communities. These stories are proof that together we can create a world where no one gets left behind. Reducing maternal mortality rates is a crucial developmental goal. In Papua New Guinea, they've joined forces with the Samaritan Aviation to provide medical and emergency-related aviation services to expecting mothers in rural areas.
Expanding access to healthcare to rural areas of Papua New Guinea is a major challenge since 87% of the population live in rural and remote parts of the country. For the last 20 years, a Christian non-profit organization called Samaritan Aviation has been providing medical and emergency-related aviation services to nearly 400,000 people along the banks of the mighty Sepik River in East Sepik Province. Founder of Samaritan Aviation, Mark Palm, and colleagues Chris and wife Sarah Cook from America have been on a mission to save lives.
The largest percentage of our patients are actually almost, I believe a little over 40% of our patients are pregnancy complications and delivery issues. And so that's a huge part of who we are. We're driven to be a part of lowering the infant and maternal mortality rates in Papua New Guinea.
To date,